Oh, we are so back. Nobody worry. We got it under control. Hopefully you can hear us and see us a little bit better now. We got it all taken care of. God, this is the beauty of show business. You never know what's gonna happen. Danny, if it's a Talia jump scare. But yeah, we're back. You didn't miss anything. We are going to get back to Kay when we have a second. Oh, there she is. Hey, how you doing?
I'm great. I mean, that little mishap did happen, but yeah, I'm good.
Thanks.
I'm good. How are you?
You know, never better. I took a few minutes. I ordered some gluten-free cookies to my house for shipping. So that's what I did with my break. Yeah, thanks.
Productive.
I have some questions for you about so for those who are just rejoining us, I was just talking with Kay. They renamed the intersection of Crenshaw and Slauson, Nipsey Hussle Square.
Right.
There was this big, beautiful gathering. I wanted to know, was it more like celebration of life? Was it a little more somber and kind of sad? What was like the overall sentiment of an event like this?
That's a great question, Talia. I would actually say maybe more on the celebration of life side, but there were really sad moments. I know when Black Sam came to the podium. Black Sam is Nipsey Hussle's brother.
Yeah.
When he came to the podium, like right off the bat, he couldn't even keep it together, honestly. And I don't do well when people cry.
Same.
So it was emotional for everyone, I'm sure. I know, I believe it's Nipsey Hussle's nephew, his sister's child, saw his uncle Black Sam getting emotional, immediately started crying.
Oh.
But the crowd really, you know, gave their love to Black Sam when he was speaking. Same with Nipsey Hussle's mother. She came to the podium. It was really emotional. But on the flip side, you know, there was lots of smiles, celebration. I do want to mention one thing that was really interesting is Lauren London's son, Cameron, the oldest one. You know, that is, his father's Lil Wayne, but he was much older. He's a little older than the younger one that she has with Nipsey Hussle, Cross. So he was more aware when Nipsey was killed, and he even spoke at Nipsey's funeral. He spoke at the event on Saturday and actually said that this was his first time in the last 7 years. This was his first time at that intersection where the store is, and of course where Nipsey was killed. He said, "I never wanted to come back here. It's such a negative area in the city for me." He was like, "So this is my first time here," and he's so, to be 16, he speaks so mature. He said, "Now that this has happened, the renaming," he said, "now this area is a celebration for me." And he had a quote. He said, "Where everything happened is where everything will grow." And he was so mature.
Well, I kind of got chills. That's beautiful.
And so that was an emotional but yet beautiful thing that was said. So I would say more of a celebration, but it did have its somber moments.
Wow. What was like the turnout?
A lot of people, okay? Really? It was a lot of people. I thought there would be actually a lot more. I think the parking situation maybe prevented some people from attending because
LA
there was just
will do that to you.
Yeah, there was nowhere to park. And also it was like 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay? I have a terrible tan. But I thought it would be a little bit more of a turnout. I'm glad it wasn't, because we see what happens when large crowds come, as example Sunday. And just low security. I will say that was a little thing that I was like keeping an eye out of, is there wasn't a lot of security there, surprisingly. So yeah, and so it could have been more people, I'm sure.
Yeah. Wow. Well, thanks for covering it and getting all those videos out. I loved seeing, every time I opened my phone, it was like somebody had reposted, and it was like, photo credit, Kay McCabe TV. I was like, oh my God, I'm obsessed.
I was like, that's me. Okay, well, you know, I'm just doing what the people want.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, congratulations on a viral video, a beautiful moment captured, and a celebration of life. Thanks so much, Kay.
All right.
We'll see you in a bit.
The marathon continues.
The marathon continues. Good morning for those more just joining us. Wow, that's really beautiful. I remember when Nipsey Hussle died, I was like pretty young, and I didn't really know like too much about him, and then I feel like after his death, I like kind of got more into his music and like knowing about his life and stuff like that. And so I'm really happy that LA, you know, a place where a tragedy happened, has become a place where we can celebrate his life. Yeah, you know, that's what I got. In just a few short minutes, we'll head out to the floor. But before we do, I would love to talk to you about, I am the biggest SNL fan. It is my lifelong dream to be an SNL cast member. Like, I am obsessed beyond what is considered normal, I think. And the episode this Saturday night was pretty much my dream episode. Connor Story from Heated Rivalry hosted. Truly, I think the hottest man alive. He is ridiculously good looking. He is ridiculously hilarious. He is just kind of everything you want and more. It's honestly pretty frustrating that he doesn't want to take me out on a date or anything. Yeah, so there's that. But he did bring out both the men's and the women's hockey teams, and there was a Trump dig there. Is Luca around at all? He's not. He's working hard, not hardly working. Can we go over to clearance? Is that too short notice? Can we go over to clearance? I'm just gonna surprise them. They didn't think they were in the mix today, but you never know what you're gonna get here at TMZ. If it's too difficult to do, I'll pass on it. But hey, hi, surprise. What's up? Can you hear me? Hi, Dylan. Can I ask you a question? Oh, they're getting all set up. I really want to know what they think about this. So basically, I'll give you the kind of rundown of what the joke was. So the women were like out. It was Megyn Keller and I forget who else with Connor Story, and they're shooting the shit. And the Hughes brothers, right? Quinn Hughes and Jack Hughes. I don't know the men as well as the women. Came out and they were like, oh, I guess we had to invite the men too. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, so there was a bunch of drama. People were like, oh, why would you even bring out the men? Hey, Clarence.
Hey, Talia.
What's up?
Eric, what do you got for Talia today?
Well, no, I want to ask you guys a question.
What's up?
Did you watch SNL this weekend?
I don't like the Heated Rivalry guys.
What?
I think they're both, I just don't like either of them.
Wait, what? Why?
I just don't like their vibe. Listen, Talia, you know me pretty well.
I do know
I'm
you
a
pretty
vibes
well.
person.
I feel like Connor
Both of them
Story
give
has
off,
a good
both
vibe.
of them, Hudson's vibes are better, but both of them are just terrible vibes.
What, you think like slightly evil vibe?
I just, you get a vibes off a person, you're like, I don't like them, I'm never gonna talk to them.
Honestly,
Like,
yeah.
there's coworkers here who I'm just like, we just don't vibe, so
Call them out.
just stay away from
Wait,
me,
that's
And
crazy.
I feel like they pick up on it. That's how I feel about the Heated Rivalry.
Wow, you just kind of stay in your lane, they're gonna stay in theirs.
Yeah, exactly.
Brandy said, hi, white mystery.
Hey.
Did you see that he brought out the hockey players though?
I did, yes.
What'd you think of that?
Just, classic Heated Rivalry pandering from these two gentlemen.
Damn.
They, just season
You
them
are
on
a
again.
hater. But do you think that when they brought out, did you like the dig when they brought out the men's and the women's hockey players and they were like, oh, I guess we had to invite the men too?
Yeah, that was great.
I can't believe you don't like, oh, come on. I can see you, you cheeky queen. I can't believe you don't like them.
Yeah, I know, I don't like, and who else was it? There was someone else that was really popular I didn't like that everyone was like, oh, they're so great. But we
Actually,
all did.
people in the comments kind of agree with you.
Telling you,
like-
it's the vibe, right? It's not, I can't point to anything they've, done
yeah.
in particular, but it's the vibe.
Wow. What do you just like slightly evil? What is the, can we get a little more precise on the vibe?
I think it's attention seeking, it's manipulation, it's the fact that they're not being true to themselves.
Oh, honestly, I
It's
get
the fact
that.
that they're Canadians who finally made it, so now they want to think they're this big thing, and it's like, you did a CBC show, basically, it's like, relax. You know, you're still not as good as Schitt's Creek. So.
Oh yeah, honestly, that's true. Roger, did you watch?
I don't know what you guys are talking
I was
about.
just
talking
trashing
about-
Heat of Rivalry.
We're just well, because Connor Story hosted SNL this week and like brought out all the hockey guys.
Yeah, I like the guys. I think they're fun. I
you
saw
watch-
one episode.
Yeah, I'd say, did you watch any of it?
I can't. Yeah, I saw one episode and then I left it at that.
Here's the thing. Here's how you know I don't really like it. I didn't even watch Heat of Rivalry.
Wow.
I'm very gay. And I don't know why I whispered that.
It's okay to say it.
Don't tell anyone. And I didn't even watch it. That's how much I don't like their vibe. I'm actually reading the book right now because I don't like them so much.
Who are you? Okay, so if you're not a fan of Connor Story and Hudson Williams, who are you picturing? What celebrities would you recast them as? Like, who are you picturing when you read the book?
Wow. I'd have to give this some thought, honestly.
Really? Yeah, who are you picturing when you read the book?
Yeah, just do it. What are you doing?
Well, I'm picturing them, unfortunately, but I have no
Yeah.
choice.
That's
You know
why
what they should have done? They should have added a third.
There's a third.
They should have.
Oh, see, that's.
That's the guy who like, oh, we're not dating in real life. Isn't that
yeah.
part of the storyline?
No, I thought. Okay.
No,
obviously
they're looking for a third as a polycule.
Oh, they're gonna. I didn't get that far, so.
Well, I just know from the other guy, who apparently the other guy's dating but won't admit to it. It's like,
Yeah.
they want all these secrets and want all this mystery around him. It's like, no, you're just like a couple of twinks who just had a good run, you know, and just like, let's move on to the next one. And
Wow,
He's not a romantic, as you can tell.
a red hot take from White Mystery.
sorry,
Wow, dude.
Wow.
Fry Guy keeps it real.
Well, thank you guys so much for your commentary, I guess we could call it.
I kind of don't. I wish this had gone a different direction.
Well, Roger, thank you so much.
Thank you, Talia. Oh my God.
God, you never know. That's what I love. You never know what you're gonna get with them. You never know what you're gonna get. Yeah. Veronica said, didn't make it past episode 1. Yeah. I think that's a hot take. I think that they are like super beloved. Crystal H said, are they even gay? So that's the thing, is like they're kind of keeping it a secret. And I think that's a part of a lot of people's qualms, is that they're like, dude, the whole show is about like coming out and being who you are. Why would you be hiding it in public? Darlene agrees. Eric, I get you 100% on the vibes. My gosh. I honestly can understand that. I feel like Connor Story is a little more evil than Hudson Williams. But you know what? I would like to be proved wrong by meeting them both. How's that? Hudson Williams and Connor Story, you can prove me wrong by hanging out with me. This is a call to action. I hope you guys, you know, we can, I'm sure, I have a really busy schedule, but I'm sure we could like move some stuff around to get you guys in here. So yeah, you know, that's how the cookie crumbles, I guess. Let me give you a rundown about what we will be chit-chatting about out on the floor with our man Charles. I'm so excited he's back. I have so many questions for him about where he was, what he was doing, did he miss me, will he pay for my lunch today? We will be talking about, obviously, Iran. I know that's a big, huge topic of the weekend. There are so many different elements to that we will chat about. We'll be giving you an update on the Guthrie case as well. We'll be breaking down Jim Carrey all over again. Viral military wife. We will be chatting about Cardi B because Lord knows she is always in the headlines. I love her. And I love anything she does, no matter how nuts it is. Don Lemon and Rihanna, birthday selfie. And who knows what else you're gonna get. But we are just at about that time where we will be heading out real shortly. Oh, somebody said, yay, Charles. Yeah, oh my God. Lori Lanny, I love the way you think. She said, I think Talia needs a TMZ bus hosting us. That would be insane. TMZ live chat live. That's what I think I'd call it. Live chat live. Yeah, you know how we do. Darren ABC said lunch is obviously the most important thing that we're gonna be talking about today. Duh. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Monique said, Talia, what makes you call them the clearance dolls? I love it. Because in my head they're like fake little Barbie dolls that you could just like make them say whatever you want them to say. Yeah. Ooh, WL4545 with an interesting point on heated rivalry. I think people think they're gay. I think people think they're gay baiting and want them to come out if in fact they're not. It's their business. I know, but it feels like one of those things that's like practice what you preach almost, where like Hudson Williams posted his girlfriend for Valentine's Day and like clarified that he does in fact have a girlfriend. But I think that the whole point of the show is to like be who you are unashamedly. I love that word I just made up. And I think that if Connor's story is gay, he should own that. And I think a lot of people are saying it feels like he is kind of keeping people on edge to elongate his fame and like kind of the attention. But I think if he came out as gay, he'd still be as wildly beloved, if not more. And on that note, Maria G said, who cares? Honestly, I care a little bit. I would like you to own it and be who you are. And on that note, let's head outside. Yeah, I don't know. We could vote on Charles's cereal. That's actually a really good idea. He's gonna really like that. Let me dump. First of all, my laptop, I don't know who in IT needs to know about this. My laptop is like 312 degrees to the point where it burns when I put it on my lap. Hey, morning, Danny. Go Mets, am I right? Hey, EK. To the point like where it burns when I put my laptop on my lap. So if anybody in IT is like streaming right now, let me know if I like bring that to you and I fix it up, or if like I just like need a new laptop or what. Oh my God, wow, it's a sandwich. Hey, where do I? Hi. What? Oh, hey, Melissa. Wow. Good morning. If it was a good morning, I'd still be in bed. That's my favorite joke, and I'm really running it to the ground over here. God, look at him go. In my Charles era, he's so back. Oh. Thank you. The old swapperoo. Trade ya. Monique said, Talia, you just broke your laptop. No, I don't know what it is. It's like really hot to the point where it's like concerning. I don't know if it's like the lights in here, maybe. I'm gonna take that to get looked at later. I also have like the worst luck though. Like I'm the person who, first of all, it's dead silent in here. It's so quiet. Happy birthday, Charlie.
Charlie Neb, woo!
Leave a comment in the chat. Happy birthday, Charlie.
39. Yes.
I have the worst luck with that kind of stuff where like I would get the laptop that explodes. Like I used to trade in my iPod Touch and that guy at the Apple store would be like, hey, actually like the battery inside is like 3 days away from exploding and like setting your house on fire. So yeah, there you go. It's kind of my vibe right now. John Hancock always has something shady today. He goes, is that the choice of clothes you decided to wear today? Yeah, it is. I'm in a full white linen outfit. It's like summer vibes. It's March, we're back. Very LA core. Yeah, Darren said, sorry, Talia, it will be a new used laptop in this economy. We got so many happy birthdays in the chat. Tricky Detective. 6'9" said, happy 25th, Charlie. Yeah, but like freeloading over here, what's up? Let's see. Hey, Jackson, good morning. You just hanging out over here? Mm-hmm. What are you doing? Oh, nice.
We're shooting a video.
Boom, 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 boom.
We're shooting a video today about Epstein, and I'm waiting to get the script approved. That's why I'm over here. But hello, stream. Much love.
Morning. Do you have a laptop here? Does it get really, really hot?
Yes, it does. My laptop gets really hot, and sometimes it just shuts off.
Yeah.
And it dies very quickly.
Okay, mine too. I was really worried that I was like doing something wrong.
I was thinking of just getting my own Mac, but I don't think that's allowed.
No, it's not.
So
Trust me, I've tried. But I kind of have that luck with technology where like my laptop will be the one to explode like later this week.
yeah, I mean that's just how it's gonna happen. One day we're just gonna be
Can only hope.
with it in the bag, and then boom.
I wonder if I could take off work if that happens. You think if my
If my
laptop,
laptop exploded, I'd be like, this is too traumatic for me. I need to take a
I need to take a day.
paid vacation. You know,
Wait, same.
how's life? What's going
Brandon
on?
said, Ash Jackson, do you miss carrying that big ass camera around?
No.
Poor
No,
Melissa.
I don't. I'm sorry, Melissa. Melissa's strong.
Somebody
the
was
difference
do you
is,
have back problems?
I did at the time of doing it, but that was because I was doing it for like 2 to 4 hours a day. And I
Yeah,
think
that's a
you
lot.
guys switch off, right? Yeah. Yeah, so they switch off, but I was just doing it all the way through. I was doing that every day for hours. And whenever we had a breaking story, I just carry it for like 6 to 8 hours straight.
Damn.
So it just messed up my back. But now,
Yeah, nobody trusts me.
back
with that
straight.
thing.
Huh? No one trusts you with it? I'm surprised they trusted me with that. It's an
Honestly, yeah,
expensive
that's
piece
fair.
of equipment that I did not know how to use. And
Well, now
Yeah.
you know. You only learn by doing. That's like,
true.
people flame me a lot. They're like, how do you not know how to get your oil changed? How do you not know how to write a check? Duh, because it hasn't happened to me yet.
you actually did get your oil changed
I got my
recently.
oil changed, and it was uber successful.
I was actually in the process of learning how to do my own oil change.
Really?
And then I got an electric car. So I no longer need
Wait, does
no
electric
need to
cars
know
not
how to
have
do
any
that.
oil in them to even like move?
Can you believe it?
Yeah. No, I can't. I don't.
No oil.
It's just you just plug it in.
Just plug it in, you go boom, and it go brr, but quiet.
Yeah. Anytime
There's
I
no
hear an
sound.
electric car like backing out of a driveway, I always think it's like the rapture. Like I'm like getting like it like sounds like I'm like moving up into.
I know. And also those things move. Like my electric car is pretty quick.
Really?
Yeah. We raced the other day, legally. We raced legally.
I wasn't gonna bring it up, but now.
And it was like 3, 2, 1, go. And I was like, where'd Talia go?
I was so
Way
far.
back there. Left her in the dust.
Well, I felt really bad because I was like, ugh, like he doesn't really have a lot going for him right now. Let me just let him let him have this.
Eased up on the accelerator. I appreciate that. My ego actually would have been really bruised if your car
my
got ahead.
2019 Nissan Rogue. That shit flies. You put that thing in sport mode. You ever put a Nissan Rogue in sport mode? It's kind of an what is the word? An idiom? What's the word when it's like a joke but it's real? Not ironic, but it's a
It's a joke, but it's real.
it cancels each other out. Nissan Rogue and sports mode don't go in the same sentence. Oh, it does have grease for the bearings in your car, idiot.
That's a different kind of grease. That's grease. That's not oil.
Oil, grease, it's all
Oil's different.
it's all the same. I'm guessing electric. Wait, does it have like a big battery in it?
Yeah. It does. It's a big old battery. I don't have a frunk, unfortunately. I wanted a frunk. No frunk.
So where do you put all of your like shit?
In the back, like a normal person, like a normal car.
I don't have a frunk. I have a motor engine, but I still put stuff in the front. I like put like my purse just like on the engine.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just let it cook a
If
little
you
bit.
don't have a frunk, you can make your own.
Yeah.
Would you ever cook a steak? Does the top still get hot?
It doesn't get hot to the point where I can cook a steak, but you know, I would
Can't relate.
I would eat steak. Would you eat engine steak?
If I cooked a steak on my car like later this week, would you eat it?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that for lunch.
If I'm allowed to like
That'll
prep
be a
it,
good
I make a mean steak.
No, I do
make a
not
mean
believe that
steak.
for a second.
So maybe pull up videos now.
Fine. Well, forget racing. We're gonna do a steak competition.
We could do a steak cook-off, but I'm gonna win. So you're basically just gonna.
I'm doing bone-in T-bone steak. We're cracking open. We're doing bone marrow. I'm mixing it with butter. It's gonna be ridiculous.
See, her first issue there is she's doing bone-in, which is just a terrible
Dude,
choice.
what? It's so good.
At least
then
do
it's
New
like
York-
a snack for later. You just
New York
chew on
strip,
it.
easy medium rare. Come on. Come on now.
You have no
And then
idea.
you can do garlic butter as well.
All right,
Throw
I
some
want.
onions
I'm
and
in for
mushrooms
that.
in that bitch. Oh.
You can't say that. You can say whatever you want. I swear like a sailor
That's
over
what I'll
here.
do.
I'm gonna do. When you cut, I just recently learned that you cut against the grain
Oh yeah.
of steak, and it makes it even more tender.
See, she recently learned that. A steak entrepreneur like me knew.
Entrepreneur with
Yeah.
6.
I actually buy and sell premium quality steak.
I would love to have a Jeffree Star-esque Wyoming ranch where you can just like eat your own meat, be like self-sustainable. That was a goal of mine. In like 3rd and 4th grade, I learned about hydroponics and how you could grow shit like outside of soil.
So are you gonna kill animals?
Will I kill
Are you
animals?
gonna kill cows?
No. If they die of natural causes, I'll eat them. But Like use goats for the milk. I'll eat plants.
But
Chickens
you just
and
said that
eggs.
you were gonna eat the meat that was on the farm.
Yeah.
So you're gonna
When
kill
they-
the cows?
No, bitch. Do you listen? When they die of natural causes,
But
I'll
if
eat
they're
them.
dying of natural causes, like a disease or old age, the meat's probably not gonna be that good.
If you can, first of all, I'm not eating diseased meat. You can survive without meat, but if they die of natural causes,
What
where
natural
the
causes?
meat is sa- I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like cows just die. Like it's a natural cause.
The steak farmer.
I'm gonna be a steak farmer. Monique said, Talia, ask Jackson about the mushroom steak. It does not have to be live. We just want to see it. He will know what I'm talking about.
The mushroom steak?
Mushroom stream.
Oh, the mushroom stream. You read that as mushroom steak. That's funny.
Steak. I'm so
Ask me about the
hungry.
mushroom steak.
What's a mushroom stream?
The mushroom stream. What was the question about it?
Just ask Jackson about the mushroom stream. It does not have to be live.
All
We
you
just
need
wanna
to
see
do,
it.
all you need to do, right? It's at the end of the day, it's not up to me, because mushrooms aren't legal in California, so there's no way we're gonna commit a crime on stream, right? We'll go to
You're gonna do mushrooms.
not me. They want Harvey to do mushrooms on
Oh
stream.
no, there's legal mushrooms.
There's legal mushrooms, but they want him to do
Psychoactive
They want him to do psilocybin, and that's just
Oh,
not
not
possible in this state.
mushrooms.
So we'll go to I think
Oregon.
in like Colorado.
Yeah, we
it's
go right
legal.
upstairs to Oregon.
So in Colorado, go up there, you do it, and then we'll do the
we'll
stream
just
there.
drive
But
back
that's a
home.
whole investment, and
I will.
ask Harvey, tweet
I will
Harvey.
Tweet. I will personally invest in that.
You can also send something to the tip line if you want him to see so bad. Harvey, where's the mushroom stream? Or you can ask him on
That's a
chat.
good idea. That's like-
It's all up to him. I've pushed the idea. He doesn't seem too into it, and I'm just not gonna pressure him anymore after that.
Meryl has a really good question. She wants to know, does Jackson have a job to do somewhere else?
I do, actually. I just don't know where Charles is going.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Did he clear it? He only has this much to go.
Wow.
Yes, I just need.
Yeah,
This is new. Hey, Anakin, how
It's
are
like
you?
What's up, Anakin?
Is she on the floor?
My whole friend group is here.
Hi.
Are we gonna vote on? I know, me too. Are we gonna vote on Charles's lunch today? Honey Nut Cheerios or
Oh my
Chex?
god, Cheerios, dude.
I was gonna say.
What do you
Cheerios.
think? Hey, morning, Devin.
I went to bed at like 8:39, and then I woke up at 3, and I couldn't get back to bed.
That's the worst
I
feeling
fell
ever.
asleep at 9:30 though.
That's really nice.
Like 6 hours of sleep, and I got up and I did my workout, so I'm like kind of.
I feel like when I work out in the morning, it's so much better.
Yeah,
hate
but
working out
I
when I
just
get
can't get like I'm like less efficient in the morning than I am
Yeah, I get that.
in the afternoon.
I've been running again. First of all, I don't know why, but I heard it's the fastest way to lose weight without getting too muscular. So I've been running like a motherfucker.
Working out in the morning or running?
Running.
Oh,
Like
okay.
just burning diesel fuel. Running around Brentwood. Oh, and Tony said, we need the whole TMZ office on mushrooms.
The whole office?
Listen to this. Yeah, some of y'all I would not
Nothing's
want
getting done.
around.
Nothing's getting done the entire day.
I don't know about y'all, I'm
Dude,
locking in.
that
I'm
would
getting
actually be
I'm
scary.
getting videos done for the whole year.
That would be scary as hell. The entire TMT.
We should have just like a bowl. You know how like some people have like little bowls of candy at their desk? I wonder if we could switch that out for like
Oh, just
an Adderall,
those
a
people. huh?
Vyvanse. We
Yeah.
could really get shit done.
Oh wow.
Let's see. Oh, Miss Princess said that happens to me all the time.
See some of this. Let me see. Let me read some of this.
Turn Do Not Disturb on. Are you going through my camera? I just looked over and Jackson isn't even on the chat. He's just going through all my texts.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna expose Talia right now.
Good. Yeah. What are you going to expose me for? Being hilarious and beautiful? Please.
Walk, don't. I was gonna say that. Walk, don't run. For weight loss.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I feel like if you run, though, you get it done faster.
When you're running, your body's burning glycogen, not fat.
What the hell is glycogen?
Glycogen is the energy that the muscles go. Oh, it's like a.
I want to be this big. How do I do that?
You want to walk probably. Walking will
have
burn
that. I
fat
don't
as
have that.
energy, but running will burn glycogen, and then fat. So you'll probably want to run.
I'm just going to start sprinting full speed everywhere I go. I'm going to start running around the office.
Let's see here.
Hey, Charles.
What's going on, Miss Money So Funny? Liam and Chrissy. What's going on?
The people missed you.
Can I see what you got there?
Oh.
Fun? Yeah, let's always hold on to stuff like
I was waiting for you to put on your microphone. We can do both.
Charles is like getting slammed right now from like 5 different directions.
I'm done with your.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow. All right, bye.
Bye, everybody.
On that note.
Much love.
Oh, I forgot my phone.
Oh, you forgot your pink plastic purse, too.
My what?
Your purse. You forgot your purse.
Sorry, guys.
Charles, the people want to know if they'll be voting on what cereal you're gonna have for lunch today.
No.
Can they vote on what I have for lunch and then you pay for it? Melissa said. I think that sounds like a pretty fair deal. Brandon said, Talia, I'm going to be able to see Georgia women's basketball team playing this weekend in Greenville. I'm really jealous. Georgia women's basketball is a team of boss women. They are incredible. Wow, it's so packed over here today. Hey, everyone.
Since it's A block, they'll start here.
Wow.
The deadliest cat.
Charles, welcome back. The people are excited to see you.
Thank you. It's great to be back.
You slayed this morning.
It's great to be back. And I get to come back and immediately talk to like one of my favorite people, so.
Yeah.
I mean, Mark can hear me, right? Because I don't want to waste this. I don't want to waste the compliment if he can't hear me.
He cannot hear you. He can hear you now. I just want to make sure.
I think he can hear me based on his. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I want to do, Mark. What the hell? You had an interesting trip to D.C.
You have no idea. I have a lot to say as soon as you get mic'd up.
All depends on where you are. You made a wise choice. Oh, boy. I don't know. I can't see it. Or. Yeah. 3:38 on Friday. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Evan says 3:38 Friday. Oh, because it's Google? I don't think we need it. Yeah. All right. Are we ready? Fascinating. All right. Yes. Okay. So what do I need to say, Daniela? What's the start of the soundbite? Okay.
You're in Washington, D.C. I think things are happening.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Welcome to TMZ Live. We have learned a lot more this morning about the U.S. Assault on Iran and the timeline of it. For the first time this morning, we had Secretary of War Pete Hegseth and military officials addressing the media, talking about the timeline of this, when everything got started, when it was put in motion, and the planning of this. Now, what's very interesting about this as far as TMZ is concerned, on Friday, Harvey had a conversation with his podcast co-host, Mark Garagos. They host Two Angry Men together. They were doing an episode that had nothing to do with at that point, pending, and everyone certainly thought that it was a strong possibility we were about to begin a war in Iran, but we didn't know. But during that podcast, Mark Garagos said something, who was in D.C. at the time. Mark said something to Harvey that completely flummoxed Harvey, which we all know doesn't happen very often. There's a good reason why he was flummoxed, and watch this, and then we're going to get a lot more detail about what actually happened at this restaurant on Friday.
You're in Washington, D.C. You could have gone to a million places to do a podcast where it was calm, and you choose Joe Stonecrab.
Correct. And by the way, do you know why? Because I actually was going to leave, but the conversation that I was overhearing on the next table over was so fascinating I couldn't leave.
Oh, spill it. Spill it.
I think things are happening by the time this drops in Iran, is what I'll leave it at that.
You're kidding me. What did they say?
that today is the day. Friday as we're sitting here.
Are you serious?
I literally just heard it at the next table. So I'll leave it at that.
Holy crap.
Now, Harvey would be even more flummoxed if he knew what we know now about the timeline. So joining us right now to discuss this, because I have 20 more questions for Mark Garagos about his happy hour meal on Friday. Mark, welcome back to TMZ Live.
Charles, welcome back. Always good to talk to you. And if you think Harvey was flummoxed in real time, he called me. As you know, Harvey gets up at the crack of dawn. Saturday morning, he blew up my phone, Charles, like only you can understand how it can blow up the phone.
Yes, I absolutely understand. So the reason this is so interesting, Mark, look, we know that D.C. is very much like Hollywood, a place where there's a lot of people talking about events that are going on. If you're in the right restaurant, you can hear and learn a lot. You were in the right restaurant. Describe for me the situation, and remember, this is, so when you talked to Harvey, that was 4:15 Eastern time. We now know that the president got the green light at 3:38 Eastern time on Friday. So who are these people and what did they say exactly less than half an hour after, or about half an hour after the president got the green light?
So I was with with some clients. We had ironically just left the Department of Justice. And we headed over there and we were going to eat. And timing-wise, Harvey had some issue. So I had to separate from them, go to another table, or go outside. But I had heard this discussion, which fascinated me. I hate to eavesdrop, but they were loud enough. And it was happy hour, as you can imagine, on a Friday afternoon. And I heard this discussion. I moved to the other table, which was also loud, as Harvey said. I kept listening, and it was apparent to me that these were people, even though I don't think I could pick them out of a lineup, who looked legit and were celebrating the fact that they were going to start bombing Iran. And to the point where one of them started singing Bomb, Bomb Iran to the Beach Boys' Barbara Ann. And I was...
What?
Yeah, and I told Harvey in real time, as you saw, that I thought things were happening right then and there. And he looked, that look of Harvey right there is about, I could do a meme on that because that was exactly what.
Mark, it's because it's mind-blowing to think that people who actually had knowledge, right? And there's no way we can't say this is coincidence now that we know when the green light was given and that you're 20, 30 something minutes after that when you're hearing these people talking about, singing about bombing Iran.
And by the way, Charles, I didn't know the timeline until you told me to. I had no idea. All I knew is it was, and my crew reminded me that as we came in, there was either a security or Secret Service or some kind of detail which made us believe that it was a governmental, somebody from the government inside. I couldn't recognize who they were, but I was positive in real time, as you saw, because I don't think anybody would have believed me if I had said it after the fact, number one. Number two, I do have a great regret about this. Somebody tweeted at me that they had, that there was somebody who had bet on the prediction markets because there was a 15% chance on Friday of this happening. And once again, 10 years later, at least 10 years ago, I had told your manservant over there, Anakin, that one of my close
Harvey's
friends,
assistant, we call him.
yeah, Harvey's man. Well, I call him Harvey's butt boy, but that's a whole different. But 10 years ago, I actually fractured a very close friendship over a prediction that TMZ reported on, saying ironically that Donald Trump would win, and I had 10-to-1 odds, and my then partner wouldn't pay. So, I learned a lesson about betting.
So Mark, was everyone at the table? This is my question. So, did it seem to you that everyone at the table were all working for the government, with the government, or were there, for lack of a better term, civilians who were getting this information before the attack happened? And that's why this is important, because obviously that sort of thing, that the operations are classified. And to be at Joe's, which is, as you and Harvey pointed out, 0.2 of a mile away from the White House, to have people speaking openly at a very popular restaurant at happy hour about military operations does not sound like the kind of thing we as American citizens should want to be happening.
Well, a lot of people have compared it to Signalgate. I don't know that I go that far. I just don't know who they were. I told Harvey, ironically, not on the air, but I told him afterwards, I was doing a couple of what you say are civilians. I'd say people that wanted selfies right as I was leaving the restaurant. If they could find those pictures, in the background of those pictures would be where we were sitting. I don't know who's got it or where they are, I don't know who they were.
So this selfie that you took with someone, in the background, you would see the people who were talking about the attack on Iran.
That's kind of my memory, because I was facing the bar as I was leaving, going out the bar, and behind me was where I had been sitting. I assumed that the people that were rather celebratory were right behind us.
Yeah, I mean, if they were singing "Bomb, Bomb, Bomb, Bomb Iran."
I was almost going to have you.
Yeah, I'm not going to sing it. No, it's not going to happen.
Would you say, Charles?
Listen, I just want to ask you this. Would you say, because the way you've described it, 4 men and 2 women standing next to them, do you think the 2 women were also employees of the government?
I have no idea. I really don't. I remember what was happening. I was setting up for the podcast at the time, and you actually using my phone.
Right.
But I did not leave, even though it was really loud, because as you can imagine, in the afternoon at a happy hour at Joe's is not exactly a dead time on a Friday afternoon. But it was such a fascinating conversation, and seemed not just alcohol fueled in terms of the boasting or whatever else, but seemed legit, that it was hard not to be intrigued by it. And I said it in real time to Harvey. I just didn't move. I had thought about going around the corner. There's another little area there to do the podcast, but I was so intrigued. It was so interesting to me.
I almost wish you'd blown off Harvey for like another half an hour and just stayed there and heard more.
Have you ever tried to?
I have. I know. I know it's not easy.
Talk about a exercise in futility.
Would you say, I'm just the picture that you've painted, and I don't know, and that's why I asked if the 2 women were also employees of the government. Did this seem like guys trying to impress women at a happy hour?
No, it did not.
Not said like that. Okay.
No, because I shouldn't be so definitive. That was not my impression.
Okay.
I didn't have that takeaway. The strongest takeaway I had was, and you could see it in real time as you replay the interaction with Harvey. I was convinced enough to tell him because I was sure that I was hearing real information. For whatever reason, it just seemed legit to me.
So one more question. What was the reaction by everyone at the table when the guy sang the song? Was it laughter? Was it, what was the mood?
It was similar to the way Anakin reacts when I accuse him of working banker's hours, which is a nervous laugh.
That is accurate. As I sit next to him, I've often heard that nervous laugh.
Exactly. But
okay.
That's what I mean. But some of the people were clearly uncomfortable. There was a lot of chatter going on, but it was, I guess, the word celebratory, which I just used, is probably the best way to describe it. And until then, when there was a nervous edge to it.
And again, this is roughly 8 or 9 hours before the attack actually started, which is what makes it concerning that this conversation would be happening so openly.
And I didn't know the piece of information you gave me today, which is the timeline or anything else. Obviously, it didn't register with me one way or another, other than I was sitting there and I understood it and what was happening in real time, and it just had all the earmarks to me of a authentic, legitimate conversation, which is why I told Harvey in real time.
Right. You could have been, when you heard it, that could have meant that the attack was going to happen in 2 days, in a week, in an hour. You had no idea. And obviously you didn't know, as you said, that he got the green light, the president got the green light at 3:38 p.m. So,
no,
wow.
In fact, I assiduously avoid in my day job becoming having classified information. I always reject that. So
it's yes, you're better off not knowing, right?
Exactly right. I tell
plausible
clients
deniability.
Right. Never sign on to a SEPA application, which is the classified information. So.
All right. Very interesting. So, are you still in D.C., by the way?
No, back in the Big Apple, and hopefully see you next week, Charles.
All right. By the way, can I ask? You said you were at the Department of Justice. What was
Correct.
that? What was that about?
That's on a need-to-know basis, and that's not even classified.
What? It's not classified. Just need to know.
Yes.
Well,
exactly.
I need to know. I'm asking.
Yeah. It would also be as big a story as this, which is why I'm not talking about it.
Does it have anything to do with a friend of yours who runs a media company, like Bad Boy?
It has no, but it does have something to do. Well, I'll just save it for next week's 2 Angry Men.
Oh, man.
It might break by then.
Listen to this guy. Good tease. All right. Thanks, Mark. We will talk to you later.
Thanks,
appreciate it.
Wow.
Thanks, Mark.
Everyone's saying, why is he telling us this? He should be telling the FBI. It's crazy.
I mean, I get their point about telling the FBI. It's just,
I know.
if these are, obviously, there's no way you can say that it is coincidence. The green light was given at 3:38 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And then half an hour later, Mark Geragos is in a restaurant 0.2 of a mile from the White House and hears this conversation. There are clearly people who are in the know at the White House.
Interesting.
So why are they just...
Somebody said, I would love to be a bartender in D.C.
Loose lips, sink ships, especially at that
in this
restaurant.
case, literally.
There are a handful of restaurants in D.C. where you know that you can hear things if you're listening out for it.
I'm going to get a weekend serving
Which
job.
is why TMZ DC is back in business.
Good plug. Good plug.
This is exactly what we were talking about, why we decided needed to go back and do TMZ DC. So
that's a good one. Somebody said there should 100% should have been an address to the nation the minute that this all started. That like Trump or somebody should have addressed.
we should say it was pretty close after, because the president posted the video that night. It was probably, what, 3 a.m. on the East Coast? So it was within a couple of hours after it started. I mean, you can be critical of whether or not we should have done it at all, but he did inform the nation very shortly after it started.
Interesting stuff. Joseph Clark said, Secret Service members would be my guess. Sounds like a detail that just got off duty. Duty.
Yeah. Could be.
That's gotta be fun.
Could be. I just.
How do you have to sign like an NDA or something like that when you work in like what's the like will the if they figure out who was talking about this, will they get in trouble for this?
Probably.
I
There
mean,
might be a talking to.
right?
There would be a talking to if they find out who it was. They would say, "What are you doing?" But
yeah.
I don't. Do I think someone's going to be fired or suspended? No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But
Josie Rodriguez
I mean,
says,
Signalgate happened.
Oh, true.
And
imagine if the wrong
Secretary of War is
person.
still there.
Imagine if the wrong person overheard that. I don't know who the wrong person
Yeah,
would be, but
I mean, the
can
wrong
imagine.
person would be someone who has any connection
Ties.
to the government in Iran and could
Yeah.
have said, just so you guys know, this is about to go down.
Yeah.
So,
It's a
and
HIPAA,
also,
HIPAA violation.
we should say there is, even though he was given the green light at 3:38 p.m., doesn't mean that he had to launch the attack. He could have launched it
Ever.
at any point.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
I'm sure there's a window that they say when they give him the green light, we have a window of this hour to that hour when it would be ideal.
Interesting. Oh, somebody said you have security levels to deal with that, not NDAs. It's more of like a classified, top
Right.
secret, whatever the hell. Yeah. Interesting
But
stuff.
I would imagine it's extremely classified
Oh,
before
yeah.
our soldiers are about to.
I
Wow.
would agree.
Paradise. You shouldn't be talking about those things outside the bunker.
Tawanda.
I will say, is Paradise good? Yeah. I mean, not to
Shit,
get
it's
off on
really
it,
good,
but last
actually.
night when I was watching the Actor Awards,
Mhm.
not the SAGs, but seeing Sterling K. Brown and they said something about his role, and I was like, huh, should I watch that show?
You should.
Yeah,
I
you
thought it
should.
was like not going to be good, and I didn't watch it for like while everyone was talking about it. But I watched it in 2 days last week. Very good. Very, very good.
I'm on my Yellow Jackets grind right now.
Tried that one. So you know the gist of this.
All right, Kendall, yep.
Her husband is a Air Force sergeant. He's been in the military for a little over 8 years. He's currently deployed in Yemen. So she's like, I know he's not directly affected right now, but I'm scared that
He's in the area, certainly.
And the
Right.
ignorance of
Betty
the
MG said, I don't know what
administration
HIPAA
could
is.
put him
I was making
there
a joke.
anytime,
I'm aware
at
that
any
HIPAA's
time.
medical.
Her video's gotten over 1 million views in a day.
He's been in 8 years.
Somebody said Tawanda has entered the chat. Oh, yes, she has.
Has he been, do we know, I mean, I'll ask her, has he been in an active combat
For the whole 8 years.
deployment at all? Like, is this the first time that he's in an area where...
That I'm not sure.
Okay.
Oh, we got Kurt Levin in the chat. I'm convinced that it's Harvey has a ghost account,
Kurt
a burner
Levin.
account. Yeah. Kurt Levin X3Q is in the chat.
I would hope he was smarter than that if he had a burner account.
That's
Harvey
funny.
can barely handle the accounts he does have.
I
He
didn't even know
definitely
he has-
doesn't have a burner
he,
account.
like, it's endearing, truly.
All right. Yeah, what are we doing, guys?
And then you saw on your second, some of the other stuff that she's gone viral for speaking out against are written on here. Second page, these Signalgate you just brought up. She was really pissed about that.
Sneaking right behind you.
I take it she's intentionally. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, yeah. That's my singing voice. That's my singing voice.
By the way.
Mark.
Hi, Kendall. How you doing? This is Charles. Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Thank you so much for doing this. And I'm very sorry for obviously the emotional trauma you are going through right now.
Yeah, it's not great.
I know there are thousands of people who feel exactly as you do. So, as the brother of a former active military member, I know what you're what you're going through at this moment.
Yeah.
All right, we are going to get started right now. Thanks. All right. Well, after 2 days of war in Iran, the reactions to the decision to launch this attack have been varied. Obviously, there are a lot of people who have been celebrating the success of the attack in that the Ayatollah Khamenei was killed, and that was confirmed over the weekend. And now it becomes what happens in the region, in the Middle East. And we've already seen Iran launching missiles at military bases. We've seen them launching drones at tourist centers in neighboring nations. And all of this, of course, really weighs on the families of our military members, of our soldiers, who are now in the middle of a very, to say the least, dangerous situation. And there have been a lot of reactions. And I think what's different about this particular conflict that we are now in, that social media has given everyone a voice. And we're seeing and hearing a lot of family members voicing their concerns, their support in some cases. But we're about to be joined by the wife of an active military member who's in the Middle East. Her name is Kendall Brown, but here is a little bit of what she posted this weekend that actually really made us want to speak to her, and she's going to join us in just a moment.
If you voted for this, I want you to know that I hate you. I mean that. I hate you. And that's not just me speaking out of fear or sadness as the spouse of an active duty service member, although I am profoundly sad and incredibly terrified right now. But I still mean it when I say that if you voted for this, I hate you. And if you know me in real life and you're watching this and you're shocked because you're thinking to yourself, well, I voted for this and I know Kendall and I know that she couldn't possibly hate me. She knows me. I want you to know it goes for you too. In fact, not only does it go for you too, I hate you twice as much as the strangers that voted for this.
Kendall Brown is not alone in those emotions, and she is joining us right now. Kendall, welcome to TMZ Live.
Thank you for having me.
So, Kendall, I know we don't want to give away details about your husband or where exactly he is deployed right now, but we can say he has been deployed in the area of the Middle East for some time. Is that correct?
Yes. So he got home from deployment not too long ago. He was actually at the base where the 3 service members were killed, but he was not physically there when the actual strikes happened.
Got
this time.
So, needless to say, he is certainly in the line of fire, potential fire at this point. And when he was deployed, I guess the question I have when I'm seeing your TikTok video, is this the first time that your husband has been deployed in an area where there is an active conflict going on? Is this a new experience for you and your family?
It is not. Actually, his very first deployment years ago, one of the very first times that we got to video chat once he was there, he had to hang up on me mid-conversation. All he could say is, they're dropping missiles on us, I have to go. So this is definitely not our first rodeo, but I will say it is the first rodeo for a pretty substantial portion of the service members who were physically there, just by virtue of it tends to be the younger enlisted members that are often in some of the more dangerous positions, if that makes sense.
Yes, I understand what you're saying. So my question is, when you have a family member, a spouse who is in the military, obviously when they enlist, they know that this is a possibility. And they are taking on that responsibility. A lot of people don't think about, until moments like this, the fact that their families are also taking on that responsibility. And I guess I would say, is your husband okay with this risk? And obviously you're upset about it. It's very clear you disagree with President Trump's decision to start this attack. Do you know how your husband feels?
He's also not happy. And I will say, more than any other decision that any commander-in-chief has made in his entirety being in the military, more service members are being vocally upset about this than we've ever seen before. And I think the thing that people have to keep in mind is that it's one thing to accept taking on risk to protect your country, but it is very obvious to a lot of service members and a lot of military families that this has nothing to do with protecting Americans. This has everything to do with distracting from this administration's dismal performance at home. And what we aren't okay with, what my husband isn't okay with, is risking their lives to serve that distraction.
I see your viewpoint there, Kendall, but I'm just curious if you saw Secretary Hegseth's briefing this morning, where he said that this was about going after a regime that was, for years, has supported terrorism that has cost America the lives of soldiers around the country, around the world. And that's what this was about, and it was about making sure that they don't have nuclear weapons, and those are the main reasons that this effort has begun. To that, you say what?
I would say that I think the administration needs to make sure they get their story straight before they expect anyone to buy it, given that they've come out, they've said this hasn't been about regime change, then it was about regime change. Ted Cruz went on the news and said that he did not see any evidence that any sort of Iranian strike was even a possibility, much less imminent. So I think it's very clear that they are lying, and they're saying whatever they can to to get Americans on board with this. And I just hope that people do not fall for the propaganda and do not fall for, they need to understand, not just this administration, a lot of administrations hide behind the idea of you have to always support the troops. And if you criticize the administration, you're criticizing the troops. That is not the case. This administration is putting the troops at risk unnecessarily, and criticizing the administration is supporting the troops. It is protecting the troops.
Have you had, if you could just explain to folks, and one, have you had a chance to hear from your husband at all since early Saturday morning, and explain to people what it's like for you and your family members in these moments when you don't hear from your loved one who is deployed in the Middle East right now?
It's horrifying. It's really terrifying. It's months and months of feeling like you're going to throw up every time you hear your doorbell ring, because you know that when you open the door, it could be men in their dress uniforms standing there to tell you that your spouse or that your son or that your, whoever it is, that your loved one has been killed. It's terrifying. And I think it's also important to note that a lot of the service members that are directly involved in the strikes on Iran, they are already at their wits' end. I mean, there are something like 4,500 sailors signed to the USS Gerald Ford. The USS Gerald Ford, they've had their deployments extended twice already. They have hundreds of broken toilets on their ship, so they have very few facilities they can use. And all of that is because of the impulse decisions of this administration. And I think that's important to note, especially because sailors end up not talking to their families for months at a time. And these are the same men and women that were sent and involved in Venezuela first, and then he just impulse sent them to Iran next. So it's terrifying. There is not any amount of deployments now that can be. We understand not everything about deployment is going to be predictable, but now the way that this administration moves so impulsively has made every second of your loved one being deployed terrifying in a really active, in-your-face way that it was not before.
Oh, and so have you been able to hear from your husband since Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know that he's, as we're speaking now, he's safe. I get your point about always worrying about that ring at the door. Kendall, we wish you the best. We thank you for your husband's service and for your family's obvious concern and what you're going through right now. We know that there are thousands of families doing the same thing. So thank you so much for being with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Wow. Tanya Eater
It's
said.
heavy stuff.
Yeah.
It's heavy stuff.
Wild and Free said she's pretty on point and aligned with the global view outside of the USA.
But I got to, I hope that people can look at Kendall, and obviously she feels very strongly that she's against the president and most of what his decisions have been. But look at that without the politics, right? Mm-hmm. Because even people who support President Trump, their families are going through that same thing and have that same feeling every day. Who's going to knock on the door? What happened? They have no idea. They're half a world away. And it's just a horrible situation to be in.
Dana, on the other hand, said, when you enter the military, this is always a risk. You never know what you're getting into when you join. Yeah.
Well, I thought that was interesting because she said that this isn't the first time. Like, he's been deployed in active conflict before. And it's not like it's not like it gets easier. It's not like, all right, well, here we go again. It's like, no, it's the same exact gut-wrenching situation every time.
Agreed. Somebody said, do you think that if the military...
As the secretary said, war is hell.
Yeah. Do you think that if the military hears what this woman is saying, it will be hard for her to associate with other active duty members?
I'm sure that she, by the way, I wish I'd asked her that, but I'm sure she gets backlash from
family members of people who are supportive of the president's decision, and who think that you shouldn't be, so vocally against the administration.
Yeah.
She had one video on her social media where she kind of apologized to her mom. She said her mom has been starting to get a lot of like hate calls from people that have known them, like known their family growing up, and like are seeing how vocal she is about Trump and the Trump administration. So she's like, I'm not sorry for what I said, but I am sorry for my mom having to be in the crossfires, if you will, of my comments. So yeah, no, people are seeing it and still condoning.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a lot of people in the chat though that agree.
Yeah.
I don't want to be
That
seen.
agree what?
That agree that like it's incredibly scary. Like agree with her saying that like nobody asked for like this. You know what I mean?
No, nobody asked for it, but you also you do know when your loved one signs up for the military.
Yeah.
You're gonna, you will have this moment.
Yeah.
And I've been there, and it's, yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun, but but it's true. Like, you know that there's a possibility of it. It used to be like, when I was young and could have been in the military, I wasn't. But I knew friends who had joined, and I will say that at that point in the mid 80s to certainly in the 90s and into the early 2000s, or before 9/11, it was a pretty calm time to be in the military. Like you didn't feel like you were going to end up in the middle of an actual conflict. And I know a lot of people who joined the military thinking, all right, this is I can get college paid for, get all the benefits of this, and I'm not actually going to go to war.
Yeah.
And then that all changed after 9/11.
Yeah. That's what's hard is
so
you never know.
You knew that there was always going to be a possibility you would be deployed somewhere, and not even a possibility, a likelihood that you would be deployed somewhere.
Yeah. Christine Savvy said, it's easy to condone when you don't have to go or have loved ones going.
It's true. It is easier. It's definitely easier to condone it.
Krista said, confused about her expectations of a military wife, past, present, and future.
Confused about her what?
Expectations as what it's like to be a military
Yeah, it sounds
wife.
like certainly her husband has been deployed in this. And I guess her point is she's fine if it's something that she feels is truly needed to protect Americans. And the secretary said this morning it is about that. And there's no denying that Iran for a long time did fund terrorism that affected U.S. soldiers.
I think a lot of people are feeling because from what I've seen, there's not like a clear course of a plan. And so they're like, you guys are acting so fast, but there's no
It's weird that when you listen to the general this morning, when he speaks, it sounds like there is a very specific plan and that there's a specific goal to take out the Navy, to take out the missiles, and make sure there's no nuclear weapons. Not to say that all that is easy, but the general makes it sound like that's our goal, that's what we're doing. But then when you hear the president speak, he says a few different things, depending on, he says one thing Saturday night, he said another thing yesterday, and so it makes people go like, well, wait a second, what actually is the goal?
Yeah,
I don't
people
know.
are saying, oh, what about Desert Storm?
Totally different situation. What do you mean?
They were like,
what about Desert Storm?
Charles, what about Desert Storm?
Whether I could have served in Desert Storm? What do you want from me? Yes, Desert Storm happened, and we all remember that Desert Storm was like that.
Yeah.
Iraq was a much different foe than Iran.
Yep.
Much easier.
JG said, death of any innocent people is always evil. It didn't change and it will not change. So complicated.
Yes.
It's getting all late. We should probably move on to Charlie Neff for B1. Savannah Guthrie.
All right.
All right.
Yummy, yummy. What kind of protein chips you got?
Wait, what kind of cereal do you want for lunch today? We'll put up a poll. Or you could pay for my lunch and we could have the people vote. Today for my lunch, it will either be steak or lobster.
Wow, boy, someone's been learning from Tawanda while I was gone.
I've never asked for lobster. I like the way you think, Talia.
Thank you.
I'll just take a burger. No? Okay.
I'll have whatever cereal he's having.
Oh, he said well. He said well. Wow.
No.
Oh,
I said
I thought
no.
you said what?
I said no.
Yeah.
God. What was my friend told me? What is this called? Dry begging?
Sure, I'm a dry beggar. I don't care. No shame.
Yeah.
Jamie Schramm used to say yes all the time.
To what?
Buying me lunch.
Jack?
He's bought me Ruth
Well.
Chris before, American Deli. Like,
Good.
he's not here
Call him up.
anymore.
Call him
I
up.
know.
Sweet.
I call Jamie all the
He
time,
got a
once
credit
a week.
card?
If I called him, he probably would.
All right, let's get a pull up. Honey Nut Cheerios or Chex?
Check.
No. Honey Nut Cheerios.
Or Frosted Flakes.
Yeah.
Frosted Flakes or Honey Nut Cheerios?
Yeah.
All right, drop a poll in the chat, Rochelle.
Yes. Daniela, we're getting back on.
He needs it this week.
Listen.
He needs the sugar.
Don't judge me, Daniela. What the? All right.
Yeah, good. I'm starving.
Is this the first time we've seen Savannah other than the videos that she's posted?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Since, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, a pretty amazing and somber sight outside of Nancy Guthrie's home in Tucson this morning because we got to see for the first time outside of any videos that the family has posted, Savannah Guthrie, her sister Annie, and Annie's husband Tommaso, all three showed up outside of Nancy's home looking at the makeshift memorials that had been set up there by neighbors and just concerned residents who set up this just outside of Nancy's driveway. And they all showed up there together, knowing full well that the media is still gathered there, you know, arm in arm, looking, and you could actually at times hear them sobbing at some of what they were seeing there. So a very emotional scene, and one that that comes amid, as everyone is just flummoxed, is what is happening with this investigation, and is it possible that whoever is behind her disappearance is going to get away with this? Because every day that goes by, it starts to feel like that. We know that Savannah has now offered this reward of $1 million for any information. But to this point, there are no solid leads that the authorities are sharing anyway with the public.
And it's kind of been described to us as like, this is turning into a cold case. We haven't really seen a whole lot of movement. Savannah, you know, one of the last videos she posted, it almost seemed like they felt she was gone and was just asking for the recovery of her mother. So you can see a lot of the spirits, you know, dropping, and the hope is kind of being lost. But here's the thing, you know, there have been studies that say in the first 48 hours or so, if you don't find a missing person, most likely they won't be found. There's like a 0% chance that that person's going to be recovered. However, you know, there are cases like Elizabeth Smart. She was missing for, what, 9 months or so, and she was alive, she was healthy, and was able to return back to her family. And she has spoken out about this, basically saying people cannot give up hope, even though it's been over a month since Nancy was, you know, alive, or at least
last seen
spoken
home,
for. Yeah. Elizabeth Smart has come forward and said, we cannot give up hope.
Yeah, and I think it's been exactly a month now. Yesterday was a month since she disappeared. I also think that there's what
what Elizabeth Smart said about not giving up hope. Certainly something that would be encouraging for Savannah and her family. I think the fact that they went this morning is also about making sure that people don't forget about this case, that people are still thinking about it, because at this point, what it's going to take to solve this is going to be someone speaking. Someone has seen something, someone knows someone, recognizes something in the video that the FBI has released. Somebody knows something, and they just want to make sure, I think that they would want to make sure the public is still thinking about this, because it's going to take someone coming forward with some information that's going to break this case, because right now what the information they do have sadly has not led to solving the case.
My name is OG Schutz, and I am from Los Angeles, California. And, you know, this is a tragedy. I truly think that the epidemic of missing people is horrific, and I hope that they find her well. You know, once again, my name is OG Schutz, and speaking of missing people, I am hosting a Jeffrey Epstein lookalike competition in New York in collaboration with...
Okay. All right. Yeah. Now I'm... Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to remember, I'm so thrown off. I knew something was coming, that he was about to do something. What did he say at the beginning? Yeah. The whole time I was looking at him going like, yes. The OG shoots definitely had me thinking.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Correct.
People are saying we got really lucky with Elizabeth.
Elizabeth Smart?
Yep.
Yeah. No, Elizabeth Smart is a rare, that type of thing doesn't typically happen. And
it's
look,
so
the sad
scary.
part is, and I think this is what Savannah and her family are going through. Obviously, they realized at this point, if she hasn't had her medication, it's been a month, that Nancy is probably passed. But that doesn't mean that they don't just as badly want the people who are responsible to be held accountable, to be brought to justice. So that becomes the mission, right?
Yep.
Like, the mission changes a little bit, but it's still very much something they want.
Yeah.
So,
Parker has an interesting take here saying, I think they need to get a medium involved. If she is not alive, perhaps a medium could help recovering her. What could it hurt?
yeah.
I feel like
and I know that there are documented cases where that information has helped. I'm not a firm believer in it, so I don't.
Yeah, but I feel like in one of these cases,
I get the point of someone saying like,
anything can
how would it hurt?
Yeah.
The only way it could hurt is if it's information that is not
false,
valid, and it sends the authorities off in on a wild goose chase.
Yep.
That's how it could.
Yeah.
That's how it could hurt.
It's so sad to see the Guthrie family in so much pain. Call your friends and loved ones. Tell them you love them. People are wondering, about her medication. Where, about the ransom notes, about there's just so many layers.
No, but think about it. Savannah Guthrie is uniquely qualified to know what's happening with her mother's story in the news.
Yeah.
She knows.
That's an interesting
news
point.
cycles tend to be very brief, though the one for her mother's case has been very big because of who Savannah is and how much she's beloved. But she knows that the more time goes by, it starts to slip a little bit, and then you have a war breaking out. There's all sorts of distractions. You have Bill Clinton testifying last week.
Yeah.
All these things will distract away from attention of her mother's case. And I'm not even saying that Savannah's sitting at home going, I wish these things weren't happening. I just think she knows it's happening. She knows that it starts to slide, it starts to slip a little bit. So I think going out there this morning is a family effort to keep people talking about the case and thinking about it.
For sure. Yeah.
Much needed.
Sad
So.
and scary.
All right. Where are we going next?
Devin.
The mystery.
He knows the sock, but just know it was here.
Yes, Daniela.
It was here.
I'm crossing. Hey, goodbye.
It's at 38%.
Alexis Stone. She's doing her job, is what she's doing. How does that make her a rat?
I'm
She's
just
doing her
saying,
job.
you're being a little brat.
How about you don't be
You're
difficult?
being a brat.
I'm not being difficult.
I'm not gonna put this
Little
on.
rat. I don't need to hear it. No.
I don't need this.
Brother or
I don't need
sister,
this rap.
sibling, right? A little tiff.
I don't want to remind everyone. I was very happy just, chilling last week. Now I got to come back to this crap.
Yeah, this guy. You know what?
Thanks for babysitting us.
You should be happy you came back on this week because Devin was in a piss poor ass mood last week.
What was your problem last week?
Yeah, piss poor.
So is a new problem.
He just missed you.
It must have been because.
That definitely wasn't it.
That definitely wasn't it.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't.
Yeah, man, stop. Just relax.
Well, I don't need her going
need her what?
to my
Reminding
parents
you-
about putting this on. I've
Well, if
seen
you
the
just
socks.
listen.
What is the sod? By
Yeah,
the way,
exactly. Thank you.
I don't even know what the sod is. You know
Yeah,
what
what's
it
the
is.
sod? Before he plays it, what's
I'm
the sod?
assuming it's him talking on the red
Assuming?
carpet, which I saw all weekend. What else would it be? Is that
Daniela,
correct?
is he right?
But he doesn't know what he said. I could say, oh, he's doing on the red carpet.
What
does
is
he
the
say?
sod?
It's him talking about.
Daniela?
Devin, shut up. Let's see what the people are saying.
I thought
about
someone
this.
I thought Daniela was taken out of the. What is the
I'll put
sod?
it on for you guys.
I
don't care if he wears it
really
or not. I
took
just wanted
on
to
a
make
You
sure
just
that
wanted
they
to
know
tell
that-
them.
big
that they know
challenge
that we're
trying to do
doing
my
our
speech in
jobs.
French.
Oh,
That's all.
Yeah,
That's
then
all
I
you
watched
do.
everybody talking 1,000 miles an hour up there receiving their awards, and I was like, I'm dead.
Huh?
And I made mistakes, and I was like a novice, but I felt a lot of love, and I felt the.
What's the award show called again?
Caesar?
Yes.
César?
César.
I froze.
Très français. César. All right, on to the mystery of Jim Carrey. Or maybe there's no mystery at all. But a lot of people think that there is a conspiracy afoot when, and it all has to do with Jim Carrey receiving an award in France last week. He was at the Caesar Awards, we would say in English. I believe in French it's César, right, Devin? You speak French.
I don't speak French, but yeah, it sounds right.
But he sure. Thanks for that. But Jim Carrey showed up to accept this award, a Lifetime Achievement Award. And some people think it was not Jim Carrey. Now, this is Jim. We're going to play a soundbite from him so you can decide, does it sound like him? Does it look like him? I have a very strong opinion about this, which I will share right after you hear Jim speaking to the media about receiving this award.
I really took on a pretty big challenge trying to do my speech in French. So then I watched everybody talking 1,000 miles an hour up there receiving their awards, and I was like, I'm dead. And I made mistakes, and I was like a novice, but I felt a lot of love, and I felt a lot of appreciation that I tried, and I really wanted to recognize my family. I wanted to recognize my dad. I mean, my dad was the type of person that if you met him for 5 minutes, you felt like you knew him for 50 years. You know? I can't talk about him without getting emotional.
What?
You've been talking to some people connected to Jim Carrey.
Yeah, his publicist, who was actually with him at the award show, and she's going on the record saying that Jim Carrey went and attended and presented or gave his speech at the award show.
You heard him say in French.
It looks like Jim Carrey. I don't know what people are talking about. He's acting like Jim Carrey.
It was a big thing over the weekend.
You yourself admitted that you spent way too much time this weekend looking at photos and videos of him.
I had lots of people sending me this saying something was off, that they figured there's this huge conspiracy theory online that it was a body double, and then a drag queen inserted himself into this whole situation and was taking
Alexis Stone.
Yeah, Alexis Stone was
posted
taking
something that was ridiculous. It wasn't even insinuating that somebody was wearing a mask.
Yeah, they were insinuating that they were the person that was stepping in at the award shows for Jim Carrey. But anyways,
that's clearly just someone trying to exploit something that people were talking about on social media.
Obviously.
Guys, it's Jim Carrey. I don't know what to tell you.
He does look a little different, which is what the conversation.
The publicist told you what?
The publicist said on the record that Jim Carrey went and attended this event and accepted the award and gave the speech. Also explained to me that the background of this is like an Academy Award in France. He has been looking forward to this and would never do some gimmicky thing where, a body double went in his honor.
Wouldn't send his family because his family members were there.
He was there with family members.
So think about it. I don't even want to give this thing anyway. It's very clearly him. Yeah. Does he look slightly different from Jim Carrey who we remember 25 years ago?
We also don't see him very
often.
often. We also don't see him very often.
Exactly. We don't see him that much, and that's why people are like, oh my God, he looks different. He looks different. Okay. He's aging. I don't know if he had something done or not. Who cares? But it's Jim Carrey.
He was at the award show.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Aziz from Las Vegas. And to be honest, I'm not that shocked at his new face. I mean, given all the other celebrities in Hollywood, a lot of them do not look like themselves. I mean, look at Kelly Osbourne. That doesn't look like Kelly Osbourne. Like, you can't tell me that's her. And I just saw a recent tweet from Wiz Khalifa, who was pretty much sympathizing with Jim Carrey about the whole situation. I don't know what he's implying, but it makes it seem like he's with the general public when they said that this might be Alexis Stone cosplaying as Jim Carrey and doing a poor job at it. But who knows? But look on the bright side. We got a 2026 remake of The Mask.
There's no remake of The Mask. I don't know. I would wager whatever you want, that it was Jim Carrey. It is very clearly Jim Carrey to me. I just think this is a case of people wanted something to just be social media posting about all weekend, and they found it. Devin fell for it, unfortunately.
Liz the Biz says, I kind of feel bad he just stepped down and caught this fade for absolutely no reason.
The guy goes
a lot of people are saying.
Dude, he retired in 2022 and just came out.
He looks different. It's not him.
God, he doesn't have social media, so he could just go on live real quick and clear this up and call it a day.
Yeah, Chandra said, well, he's definitely about to go back into hiding and never come out for anything ever again after all this.
Damn, Jimmy, people like Devin.
I mean, the reality is, like you said, we don't see him that often.
We don't.
Me down.
For a reason,
I think
maybe.
He sold his house in LA too. I don't even think
Somebody said it's giving age and maybe just some work done. Shit happens. Why do we care?
Exactly. That's all it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's work.
The fact that people care more about how Pokey Ninja has a good point. The fact that people care more about how famous people look over the way they look is concerning.
Oh, what are you looking at me for? I've lost weight.
You heard.
Barely.
Shady. You'll be having Honey Nut Cheerios for.
Oh man.
Awesome.
I voted for Frosted Flakes. They're great.
The good news is we can combine them in a bowl like kibble.
Like kibble.
Are we boring you?
So what song is she referring to?
Somebody said Jim would never care about his looks.
This is the song. She's talking about principle.
Mm-hmm.
This is the part that she says in the song. This last line. Who you playing with? You ain't never had a bad bitch like this. That's not in the song. So yes, most of it is, but the last line, which is still kind of taking a few shots at Stefan, is not in the song.
Yeah, she was freestyling.
Yeah, okay, sure.
She's a rapper.
Never in your motherfucking life? Yeah, she was
where are we
feeling
going?
that. Right here with me.
Oh.
Woohoo!
That's how you came back. I got a little
dinged wing.
Really?
Oh, I was happy you came back with good knees.
No,
Think about your
legs are
shoulders.
fine. It's my shoulder.
Well, damn.
I have something for that.
Bad fall. Probably pretty embarrassing too.
I was just thinking, like, how bad were you tumbling?
I didn't.
I just had a great visual of you,
I didn't.
rolling
It was
down
a
the
slight
mountain.
tumble and then a brief slide.
It's funny, but it's not funny. Cause
But you know when people fall and they like immediately jump up because they don't want anyone to like think anything, don't want anyone to look.
Yeah, I'm not that guy.
It's even more.
Oh.
You have the same instinct when you're skiing, except when you jump up to start running, you're on the side of a hill, and you immediately realize, oh shit, this is not going to be easy.
Not good.
And yeah.
Whew, glad you're okay.
I had to quickly run uphill. And I was literally running because I didn't want anyone to think anything was wrong. And I didn't feel like anything was wrong.
Your skis flew off?
Oh, no, I came out of both skis.
Oh my gosh, so this was
It's
kind
not
of
that big of
bad.
a deal. It's not that big of a
But
deal.
that's not good. Flying out of both your skis is like, that
It's
takes
not
work.
that bad.
Yeah, it is.
It happens.
It's like the #1 rule
Not
on
to
the
me.
slopes. Don't fall out of your skis.
Yeah, do you want a GoPro or something? Do we have footage?
No, I should not wear a GoPro.
Just all,
Can you
it's
start?
all just white, just tumbling.
Oh, God.
11:52.
Let's go.
Yeah.
By the way, did we figure out where this show was? Okay. Cardi B is definitely still got some strong feelings about Stefon Diggs, at least based upon what happened at her concert Friday night in San Francisco. She was introducing a song and decided to just start musing about things. Well, she's talking about how guys, certain guys, and really Stefon's the only recent ex she's had, so that's why everyone believes this is about Stefon. But here's what she had to say about messing with Cardi.
It's called the principle. You can't be out here playing with a bitch like me. This out here praying for a bitch like me. You hear me? I'm too sexy to be lonely and too grown to be playing with. Who you playing with? I ain't never had a bad bitch like this. Never in your life.
Wow. Yes, you could say that could also be directed at Offset, but that one's in the past. So everyone believes she was talking about Stefon Diggs. Now, Cardi saw the reaction to this, that everyone thought it was Stefon Diggs. She has an explanation that I don't know fully holds up.
In her case, she basically said to the media, to all people out there, when she's doing her song, she always introduces a song with a little razzle dazzle, and that not everything is a shot or a personal attack.
Not everything.
She's
but
just regurgitating lyrics.
Not everything, but
Girl.
maybe this thing.
So
part of what she said, those are lyrics from her song, The Principle.
Yes.
That makes sense. And I guess that's probably what she's saying is she was going into performing the
song,
principle.
Yep. That last line, though, she even sounds different when she says the last line. She says, who you playing with, beep?
Mhm.
You ain't never had a bad beep like this, never in your life.
So
but she said it with her chest, and you could definitely
But she also, as she did say, she said, you say it with a little razzle dazzle.
Yeah.
My
That last
point is,
line.
the reason she is doing the intro the way she is, because she knows that the audience is going to think she's talking about Stefon Diggs,
but if she's-
and it does get more attention. So my point is, maybe the song wasn't written about Stefon Diggs, but the way she did the intro, as she puts it, with that razzle dazzle, is intended to make the audience think she's talking about
Charles,
Stefon
if
Diggs.
she wasn't talking about Stefon Diggs, she wouldn't have needed to add the extra line at the end. She could have just done the 3 sentences from the song with razzle dazzle.
Well, that's just, she's freestyling.
No,
She's a rapper.
she
That's
wanted
what
to
she
make
does.
sure Stefon heard that he ain't never had a girl like her in his life. That part was for sure directed towards her ex-boyfriend who has got a lot going on in his personal life.
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
Who really thought that Stephon Diggs and Cardi B was going to last?
I don't think anyone did, but it's just the way he.
Did anybody wager money on that?
It's the way he did her dirty. Like, you got me out here looking like a fool. Like, oh man. Like,
again, did anybody expect it to end differently?
Let's just go to Skype.
Dane Drebin here in Gig Harbor, Washington. I'm so over these two and their drama. Why are you talking about this dude, Cardi? I get he's her baby daddy, but the guy has a strangulation charge and multiple baby mamas still in the picture. Like, nothing says you are not over somebody, like talking about them every chance you get when nobody's asking.
Yeah, except that when you're on tour, it makes for a nice storyline and gets the fans all riled up while you're performing, which is really what she was trying to do. Mission accomplished, and maybe even riled up a few people in this office.
Beasley said she knew exactly what she was getting into. I know a sports reporter famously asked the teammates, who would you keep your sister away from? And unanimously, they all
Everyone said
said
Stephon Diggs.
I will say, I thought they were going to have fun, you know, a little summer fling. I didn't. When she got pregnant, I was just
that made me nervous.
You don't get pregnant by Stephon Diggs.
Well,
you have fun with Stephon Diggs. You
You
go on the yacht with Stephon Diggs.
Right,
you have
right.
a good little
Exactly.
razzle-dazzle
You have
with
some fun with
Stephon Diggs.
No, I think the track record now is you have kids with Stephon Diggs.
No, girl, at this point.
Everybody does.
Everybody does.
Everybody does.
That's what she's supposed to know. You don't do that. Cardi.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, Cardi.
Somebody said.
I still love her, though. That's my girl.
Yeah. When she was going through it, she wrote it, so that was deaf about him. She's Latina, baby, so it clocks. That's from Yannick.
Going to.
What does that mean?
Pokey
What the hell
Ninja
does
said
that mean?
kids need better role models.
Babs coming to you for Cam Newton.
She knew what kind of man he was.
Everybody else did.
Everybody and their mama. And the baby mama. Babcock? Would you ever allow your sister to date Stephon Diggs if you had a sister?
Are you going to throw the ball
How would you
for
feel
20
if she came
minutes,
home
or
with
is
that?
that exclusively a Harvey thing?
I only say no because I heard all his teammates saying that.
Hey, Anakin.
Let's see.
No.
Great.
Charles?
Great hit, boss.
If you had a niece, would you be happy that she was dating
What?
Stephon Diggs if you had a niece or?
No, hell no.
Everybody on the Vikings said the last person they'd
Charles,
want
would you let me date
their
Stephon
sister to date
Diggs?
was.
No, you can date him. That's cool. We'll go ahead and book your maternity leave. It's fine.
Too damn bad.
Oh, I could
All right,
not
Cam
myself work.
Newton.
Oh, that's not how it works, is it?
Yeah, probably. He's probably text him. Jones after David Montgomery.
This is D1? D2. Fair. All right, well, this is not unrelated to Cardi and Stephon's situation, but another NFL star, former NFL star, Cam Newton, has something he wants to share about marriage, his view of marriage, which is definitely going to be controversial, but is he wrong? This is how he described it. Was he on his podcast when he was doing this? Anyone? No? No. So, yeah. So Cam was on the Talk Less show and said this about why you won't see him getting married anytime soon.
If you were able to marry like 5 women, would you do that?
No. Not 5.
3?
Mm-mm.
No?
Mm-mm. I want to be around who want to be around me. So if it's 5, if it's 6, if it's 1, I like volunteers. I don't like hostages.
You think marriage is hostage?
I don't think it to be anything. I want people around me who want to be around me, and I want them around me.
What if she wants you to be married to her?
Listen.
That's a hostage? She's holding you hostage?
You're holding me hostage.
I just don't get it though, Charles. I'm confused.
So let me. I'm not saying that I agree with him, but his point is, because I've heard people in this office say this, that marriage, you get married, and that means it makes it harder to leave, right?
Okay.
Because if you're just dating someone, you get into an argument, you disagree about something, you just break up and you leave. But if you're married, you have to stay because there are all sorts of ramifications and consequences to divorce, such as money. Right. So that's his point, is that if you're married to someone, if you're like, I'm only going to be with you if we're going to get married. One, he might feel that, and by the way, the woman could also feel this way, that they're being held hostage to stay in the relationship.
Okay. At first, I did not get it. I said, yeah, right. What if the woman
You know what?
wants
It's
to be
more
married?
distracting when he tells it because he's wearing the hat and that whole
See,
suit.
if he said
It's
it
very distracting.
the way you
But
did
me,
it-
I'm just dressed plainly and I just broke it down
Just
for you.
average
Yeah.
Joe, right?
All right, slow down on the average. Slow down on the average, but yeah.
Look, this the polo. You know what I'm saying? Charles is far from average. I don't know what I was saying, Charles. Look, he has said super controversial things in the past. That's the reality. So I think no matter if Cam talks about women, people are on guard because he said some crazy stuff.
Now, what's confusing about this, though, is hasn't he said in the past something about his parent, like both of his parents are together? Right. And that he's very proud of the fact that he grew up in a household with both parents. Stable. So it's weird that he doesn't see that as like his example.
Right. You come from a family like that, you would think that
Tend
that might
to
be the goal.
Right. That's what you would want.
Right.
And clearly, I mean, I guess his dad wasn't an NFL superstar, and that's the difference.
Chris Rock, you're only as faithful as your options.
Then there's that.
Trapped.
Which is probably also what he was saying.
Yeah.
But, I wish Derek
Nice
were
jean
out here.
jacket.
Derek always says that.
It's a shirt.
Derek always says.
Can we get a who wore it better? Can we get a who wore it better
Someone's
poll?
not going to stay with you if you're not married.
There's no way I'm going to win this stuff. But I'll be down. You got my vote, man.
What?
Yeah.
Are you?
After
I left
dark.
something over at the other side of the. Sorry, I can't hear anything. Yeah, you do need this. Yeah, you do. Did you get a haircut?
What are we
looks
doing
shorter.
after dark and then polls? Oh, really? Who are we pitching?
We're pitching the comedy crawl with Martin Morrow.
Oh, sweet.
And then
I
we're
gotta
doing.
come check out that comedy crawl.
You would like it. It was really funny this weekend. And then.
I love stand-up comedy.
Marriage is a hostage situation. Charles knows about that.
What's wrong with y'all? Why?
We know way too much about Charles's love life.
I know. Why do we know so much about your love life? It's like honestly
don't.
kind of weird.
You don't actually.
Oh yeah, we know
We
nothing.
make these comments and they clearly affect you.
No, I just don't understand why. What's the fascination with like? Leave me alone.
Because you're an eligible bachelor now.
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
I'm not
Or
bothering
so we
anybody.
know. Black Beauty is gonna get upset. She's been sending you hearts the whole chat. My man, my man,
Thank
my
you,
man.
Black Beauty.
She
Thank
wants
you,
the shirt
Black
off
Beauty.
your back.
It's not for sale.
I don't think she
This is
wa-
very
yeah.
concerning. Why is the camera so close to me?
Yeah.
I'm
Just so people
concerned,
could
and so
get
is
a
everyone out
close,
there.
Just so people could get a close up at
Damn, my pores?
who they're gonna ask.
You
after.
have really good pores. I actually want to know your skincare routine later on.
Oh, well.
Today.
If you just slide face first down the mountain and just eat crap, it just takes that first layer off your skin. So that's why he looks so good.
I gotta try that out sometime.
It's very soft snow.
They say ice is good for your
My
face.
face was fine.
It is?
Can't say the same for my shoulder
Mm.
and my thigh. All right. This was comedy
Friday
Club.
and
All right.
Saturday. So we're doing two different ones.
Gotcha. Big weekend, as always, on the TMZ After Dark tour, and this weekend included, I love this, the comedy crawl.
Yes.
The comedy crawl is it's not just a show on wheels, it's the funniest show on wheels.
So funny.
Because this weekend, as we were touring around Hollywood, if you're in LA, we keep saying this, but if you're in LA and you're here for a weekend, you have to do one of these tours. It's just great entertainment for an incredible price. But this week,
They keep getting
who
better
brought
and
the
better.
laughs this week?
Martin Morrow, he is an amazing comedian. He brought his friends along too, so it was a group of 3 comedians. So they kept switching off.
You got 3 comedians.
In one bus.
Right. And you thought you were only going to get one.
Yeah. Wow. And they kept, Martin was the headliner.
Right.
He had us cracking up the whole time. But the headline story came from the comedian friend he brought.
Okay.
So his name's Shane Hartline. He's in the show The Rookie. So you probably, if you see him, you'd recognize him. Super funny guy.
Right.
He shared that he was struggling in his marriage, and I guess throughout the tour, he really fell for a lady on the bus named Esther, a 60-year-old woman on the bus named Esther. So during his part of the show, he interrupts his set and
Did we get a proposal?
decides to profess his love for Esther. He gets his phone out, plays Careless Whisper, and puts it into the mic.
Okay, this sounds like it was a bit. This whole thing seems like it was a bit, Netta, and you fell for it.
It gets better.
But where did
We
they?
didn't know he was gonna do this, but he pulls out a replica of the Heart of the Ocean necklace from the Titanic and gives
now-
it to Esther.
Yes, definitely a bit.
Was
but
it a bit?
Still.
I don't want to see a bit. I want to
Yeah,
see real.
I think it was a bit. So also on we did After Dark tour.
They slow dance. But yes,
Right.
the next night, it gets sexy. From love on the mic to lust on the strip. So we had Inez Trochia. She is a model,
Oh,
a
yes, I know
beautiful
Inez. Yes.
model.
Yes.
You know her?
I'm familiar with her work. Anyway.
It's good work. She hosted our After Dark bus, and she shut down the strip quite literally. She surprised everyone with a performance almost, where she stripped down to just lingerie.
On the bus?
On the strip, in front of the pink dot. Do you know where the pink dot is
I
on
know
the
where the
strip?
pink dot is.
And then the paparazzi were there. It was like a performance art piece.
Well, all right. You got performance art.
It was a spectacle.
And
it was
we hit
sexy.
up our usual hot spots.
We hit
a couple
up
of new
our
ones.
Saddle Ranch, which we love the Saddle Ranch. There's a bull. Passengers get to ride it for free. And beaches.
Hold on, don't say free like that. There is a price to get on the bus.
Well, it
You
comes.
get
It's with
in
the
addition,
bundle.
right? I just don't want you when you use the word free. It makes Harvey very nervous.
Okay. They have to come on if you come
Yes.
on After Dark.
All right.
But it was romance, sexy models.
We had it all.
We had it all.
All right. So, like I said, check it out if you're in town. All right.
Yes.
Every week we put up some polls on the website to take your temperature about stories we've been covering. This week we did that, and here are the results. Men's hockey team going to the White House, as they should. It's a high honor, or they should have boycotted. They're going to go high honor. Come on, everybody's. No. Wow, I'm kind of surprised by that. Maybe I don't know the temperature because I was out of the country. All right, Jack Hughes should get teeth fixed. Definitely, he's a handsome dude. No, keep it that way forever. They're gonna say handsome dude, right? See? All right, I understand some of this. Next one. Kim K saying Ray J's screwing her over with State Bar. I could not believe when I saw this. She's right, he's making false charges against her, or ridiculous, she flunked the bar. You're going ridiculous, right? Okay. That works. Connor Story playing Swayze role in Dirty Dancing. Wait, is that happening? Are they doing a reboot? Wow.
I think it's been confirmed, but that's what people are thinking.
Rumored. All right. He'd be great. Nope, he's typecast as gay. I have no idea which way they're going. I didn't even know this was a thing until it popped up on the screen. Last one. Pink replacing Kelly Clarkson on her talk show. Love it or pass? They love it? People love Pink. Close. I think that's more about talk shows than it is Pink. Just my opinion.
The people are saying they would fly out if I hosted the Comedy Crawl. I'm just relaying comments to you. I'm just like letting you know what the people are asking
They said
for.
that?
Yeah, actually, Lori
Can I tell
Lanning
you
did say
something
that.
them flying out doesn't help us anyway?
But they're going to buy a ticket regardless.
Doesn't help our bottom line.
But they're going to buy. It's like people who wouldn't be buying tickets will be able to purchase tickets, like because they're coming out.
I mean,
just
you
for
have
this
said
occasion.
you were working on a Type 5.
It's more. It's like a loose 12 now. It's kind of. It's
Get it to a Type 5 and then.
Yeah. It's gotten not right. Yeah.
No, I can do it. It's fine.
You're good. You're
Where
There's actually a second comment.
Oh, what's really?
John Charles.
Oh, shut up. No floor for F-Block. No floor.
So it was just one person who said they'd
Two
fly
people.
out.
2 people.
Ooh, riveting.
But that's like 2 guaranteed tickets sold. I don't know. You think about it.
What are y'all thinking about?
I'm gonna host the Comedy Crawl.
Oh.
Let me.
Oh, someone else just said, if Talia coasts, then I will buy a ticket. Oh,
Brandy, put
another
Talia on
one?
that bus.
Please let me know in advance, Talia. That's Lori. That's 4. Oh, yep. Another one.
Well,
Lori, Lonnie.
I'm just saying.
I think
Brandon.
you're gonna have to
Talia
audition.
on the bus would be great.
Free
Look, I'm
labor.
trying to
I think you're gonna have to audition.
That's fine.
It's
I'll
not.
audition.
It's not free labor because if you're really bad, then you're gonna ruin our
No.
tour.
But
and then
I don't even think that's a possibility. I'm not even gonna allow myself to have that negative thought.
The people are.
I'll audition.
Maria, yeah, Barbara.
I'll stop by your desk later. I'll do my audition.
Mama 775. Is that your mom?
No.
Oh.
We'll see. Is that your mom?
Yes.
Nelly Welly.
All right.
Rebecca.
What are we doing here?
You got
This
fans,
is
Talia.
E block.
You've got fans, girl.
F block. I don't know. How many blocks are we doing the show again?
FG. 2 more.
It's amazing things you forget after just 1 week.
Yep. A little rusty, huh?
A little bit. Shaking it off.
Yeah. Hey, you're doing great. I don't care what everybody else says. I think you're doing a really good job.
Where were they? Do we know? Was he at the? Oh yeah. He went to the double. Yeah. Don Lemon made some big headlines heading into the weekend. You know, of course, that the additional indictments of people involved in that protest in Minnesota, the one that he's been charged by the federal government for. But the big celebration for him, forget all that stuff, he turned 60, and Don came to L.A. to celebrate, and boy, it was definitely worth the trip because he was hanging out with Rihanna. As he puts it, birthday hijinks with my girl Rihanna with this photo. I know Don, I can't remember the last time I've seen Don so happy. That does not look like the face of someone facing a federal indictment, the possibility of actual prison sentence. He did not seem concerned about it this weekend. He also hit up the NAACP Image Awards. So a big weekend for him, and it certainly seems, while he's, and I know this, he's taking the charges seriously, and his lawyers are dealing with that. Seems like Don's just out living life and enjoying himself.
Jamila from Atlanta, Georgia. I mean, yeah, and I've seen a lot of the Barb's concerned about that, considering Rihanna and Nicki are really close knit. But I mean, unfortunately, this is kind of what happens when you make your stance and kind of go against your base. Sometimes people start to turn on you, and it's unfortunate. I think that as a Black woman, she's definitely facing way more backlash than some of the men who have come out in support of Trump. But again, when you go against your own base, you face those consequences. It is what it is.
Yeah, but, you know, I will say Nicki's base has been supporting her, especially with Don. They've been going after Don. I don't know how close Rihanna and Nicki are anymore. I know there was a time when they were, but if they are, yeah, I think Nicki would definitely see this as Rihanna choosing sides. Seems like she's down with Don. What else do you guys want to talk about?
Tia from Houston, and we are talking about Cam Newton. Cam and this marriage idea, I wish we would stop asking him marriage question. The ultimate idea is, you know, marriage is just the covenant between your union and God. You have to figure it out. Cam just doesn't want marriage, and he doesn't want to marry that lady. Move on. Quit asking him marriage questions.
Yeah, I think a lot of women would agree with you that Cam is not the one they want to hear marriage advice from. One more.
Hi, Noelle from Virginia. Just want to talk about Cardi B. I loved her at the concert. Honestly, her message is for anybody that wants to play with her. Stefan is he's definitely a part of that. She's not going to be played with ultimately. She gave being the family woman everything that she had, and with that ending, I think she's done her due.
Oh, so you think this is a message to all men out there that now that she's single, if you're going to step up, don't play with me?
You better be ready. If it's going to be with Cardi B, you better come correct.
I can see that. I can see that. That's legit.
I love that.
I don't know if it's gonna work.
If you come for Cardi B, you better come correct is so funny. Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna work.
Yeah. Somebody said, you know, Rihanna charged some money to take a pic with Don.
No, she didn't.
No way. Rihanna comes to my birthday party, I'm forgetting all my problems.
Did you by chance catch
they got drunk as hell.
Did you catch the Shia interview?
It was great.
It was the most.
Oh, I did see.
It was.
I saw a part
I
where
loved
he
that
went
Shia
off on.
interview.
It was the most unhinged.
12:16. We can talk about unhinged Shia after G Block.
Where are we going?
Wherever you want to go.
And I'm like standing by myself.
Devin, turn that down. We're filming a
Let's
vlog.
come over this way.
Oh.
I got you.
It's so funny.
Oh, I've watched.
Devin's upset.
Like giggling like a schoolgirl. Like, oh, he's obsessed.
He wanted everyone to sit at his desk and watch. Embarrassing. I'm just kidding.
We're going to a soundbite here? Yeah. How long is the soundbite and how long for the block?
Brendan said, and everyone left.
Okay. Okay, before we go, there is an international incident going on in South America involving Tom Hanks' son. At least that's what Chet Hanks is saying that he's. I don't understand this at all, but here's why he says he is trapped in Colombia.
I'm traveling with my Greek passport because I'm a dual citizen. Reason I didn't use my American passport is because it's about to expire. I go to the airport to check in my flight 3 hours early. This is an international flight. They tell me that if I'm using a foreign passport, I need a green card. So I'm literally stuck in Colombia. I'm stuck in Medellin.
This doesn't add up. If he bought a ticket to go down there, he would have had to put in his passport. If there was an issue with it, they would have told him that when he booked it. I'm not following this, but we did see that he posted something else this morning saying he's still stuck there. This sounds like maybe he's making an excuse for not being back in the States for something. But I hope it's working for him. That's going to do it for us. We'll see you tomorrow.
I wonder if he lost it.
Don't do anything.
I wonder if I lost it.
I get his point about the Greek passport, but if he wasn't going to be able to get back in the country with it,
Why
they would
would
have told
he?
him when he booked
Yeah.
the ticket.
Fair enough.
So what's up, Chet?
The people are saying
them to be like,
You should have brought
he's
his
in
Jamaican
Colombia
passport.
because of the women.
What?
He said he's in Colombia because of the women. Is that a dog chain around his neck? Aw, Monique said, such a great show. I am so happy to see Charles's face and so happy he is safe and back from wherever he possibly could have went.
Thank you, Monique. It's not a big mystery. I heard someone told me that Harvey was like, I don't even know where he is.
Yeah, Harvey did say that. He was like, I have no clue where Charles is.
Bullshit. He knew exactly where I was.
We didn't want to violate
First of all,
HIPAA
he
or
did
anything.
know I was in Canada and
Beautiful
I was
this time of
skiing,
year.
and he knew that, and that's it.
He came
Wow.
in like,
Well,
"Why
welcome
isn't
back."
Charles on the out list. We never put you on the
He
out
is
list.
So
then
oh
they
my
had to
God.
resend an email to the whole staff, and your name was just in red for every day. And it was like,
Oh
please see
my
revisions.
God.
And the only revision was Charles.
Well, welcome back. Are you excited to
What an
be
idiot.
back?
What an
Yeah,
idiot.
and then everyone was saying, oh wow, Charles just dipped and didn't like say it. So.
Oh my God.
No, it was a thing. It was a thing.
Yeah,
It was a
everyone
thing.
just thought you like up and left us.
Yeah, because then he was all.
Are you excited to be
Wow.
back?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, of course I'd rather be here than
I think we were all excited.
On
skiing
vacation.
and, you know,
Hanging out.
doing après ski stuff.
Yeah,
and-
of course.
I have a full body heating pad if you want for your shoulder. Like legit, it does go around the shoulders, and it's at my desk if you need, for real.
I'm good.
Black Beauty said, great job, hubby Charles.
Little Advil, I'm good to go.
Yeah. Well,
Thank
All right,
you.
well, it's 12:20. He's got to go watch the
Gotta
other
go watch the other show.
Yeah.
Again, since now Harvey's out this week, it will be another week with no headlines, no shirts. But
Just say no headlines. Why can't we have no headlines, no shirts?
because we're not going to get backed up on people.
Charles is the
deciding.
Disney dad. He'll let us do whatever we want.
I
mean, if you're trying to
make an excuse.
No, I am, because Harvey's not going to sign 5 backed up shirts, and then we get back, and then
I
we've
see
got
what you're saying.
to. Ryan, please. I have already told the chat. Yeah, Ryan is over. People aren't getting their shirts. We've had a conversation. You just forward the email.
Well, on that note,
the chat knows we're working on it. So
Wow. A lot of strong feelings around here.
Just kidding. I love
it's
Ryan.
It's another aw. She's chat clip
She's
that.
the new
Chat clip
Jamie.
that.
All right, bye guys.
All right. Farewell, chat. We will see you tomorrow morning.
Most of you want your chips?
The most unhinged part of it.
Brendan was fucking them up.